Yo, it's episode 2. What are we doing today, Raymond? And who do we got?
Um, well, we're doing top 5 fighting games, and for today's guest, we got a friend of ours that I that we met through the Downfall Network, but that since retired from the Downfall Network. That's Toilet Reviews.
What's up, motherfuckers?
You ready? What are you doing now? What's your what are you plugging? You plugging anything?
I don't know. I don't have anything to plug right now.
All
I'm
right,
gonna be
cool.
plugging. I'm gonna be plugging my wife's ass.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Fuck. All right, well, let's start it off. Toilet, what's your number 5?
All right, number 5. I'm gonna go with Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, why?
Yeah, that's
Well,
classic.
that's a classic fighting game.
Oh, yeah, man, totally.
I remember getting that shit in 2000, man. That shit was hard to find, and fuck, having Spider-Man on there fighting shit. I was into it.
What console did you have it for back in the day?
PlayStation.
I always
Yeah, it's like
remember it was expensive, always expensive used.
It was. It was hard to get to. Couldn't get it in the store even in 2000. So
Damn.
yeah, it's
I had to
still
put.
like an $80 game if you get it on the PS2 or anything like that.
It was a fun game though.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
they had an HD edition of it on like the PSN and stuff, but they took it off because I think they lost the rights to Marvel or something.
Oh man.
I had that on my phone. I had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on my phone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Damn.
All right, Raymond, kick it.
All right, my number 5 is Mortal Kombat 9, but it's just called Mortal Kombat, and this is on like the PS3 and the 360 and stuff. This is the one where it had like Freddy Krueger as the DLC character, and I remember like when I had first got my PS3, this was like one of the only games me and my brother had for it, and we played the shit out of it all the time. It was like our favorite game for a really long time. And
Yeah, that game had Stryker in it, and Stryker, just like in real life, always used to get the shit beat out of him because he was a stupid pig. Fuck 12, fucking ACAB, bro.
That's actually the one Mortal Kombat game I've never played. I played every single one except for Mortal Kombat Gold as well.
yeah, I would say it's my favorite. It's up there with me. I was thinking about adding Armageddon on this because that's another one I've played to death. The one with like 70 something characters or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, the
They
mini
all
games are
fought
fun
like
too.
it might as well have only had 5 though. Like there's like they were all like very similar to each other.
Well, people shit on Armageddon so bad, and I never understood why. I loved that one.
Yeah,
I
it's
hated the
great.
fatalities, the creative fatality shit.
Yeah, I didn't really do that. I also like the motor combat on there, where you could like race.
Oh, that was awesome though. I love
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
like I remember on Armageddon, the creative fatalities it was kind of lame, but if you could do like a bunch and one fatality, it was really cool. I remember my brother got really good at it, so he'd do like 9 of those like really fast, and it was pretty cool. But if you didn't know how to do it, it was really lame.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would always just like rip their arm off and then punch their head off.
I didn't even do that.
Yeah,
I just finished him. I just punched him.
and
Fuck
Yeah.
it.
That's what I used to do in Deadly Alliance. I always used to fucking just punch them. But like that's
Yeah,
the easiest fatalities ever.
I couldn't be bothered to learn fatalities and shit when I was 12. I was like, oh fuck
uh,
this.
yeah, I was like 8. I was like, fuck
Yeah,
this. Like this is way too hard. But you gotta play as Borecho in Mortal Kombat Armageddon and like puke on the floor and then slip.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I played as him in Deception.
Yeah, I remember all those PS2 games are really good. I don't know why people shit on them.
I didn't. I don't know. There's two of them are good. Armageddon and fucking Deadly Alliance are good.
Well, fucking Deception's good too. That has like a story mode that's actually really badass, except for
Yeah.
like having to train, and that kind of gets to be a pain because you have to learn every fucking combo.
Yeah, that's how it was like in Armageddon. It had
Yeah,
Conquest.
but it's still really
Same with
cool to
Deadly
go and run
Alliance, but
around and
that
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get to go
Mortal
to
Kombat.
Outworld and fucking all those fucking places. It's really cool.
That was one of the things. Like I was kind of disappointed with Mortal Kombat 9, even though it is on my list of story mode. It's just kind of each fight that's connected together through the story. But I do like the fighting in Mortal Kombat 9 a lot better. The 2D fighting as opposed to like the 3D fighting. I think for Mortal Kombat it works better. It's easier to do like special moves,
Definitely.
stuff like that. And even
Well,
though the selection in Mortal Kombat 9 for characters is a lot smaller, I like the characters that they chose a lot, and I think it's probably the best roster besides Armageddon.
no.
Well, I picked the Mortal Kombat game, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah, I picked one too.
Well,
But
I know mine's gonna be different than what he put.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
It's great. It is a great game though. 9 and
I never played it, but it looks good. I've seen the Freddy Krueger shit. Was that they used the Freddy from the reboot, right? It wasn't actually Robert
Yeah.
Englund. That's the kind of
Yeah, and it's
downside
weird.
to it.
And he also has 2 gloves. He doesn't have one. It's weird.
Oh, that's
But
strange. It's
they
still
also
cool though to
had
have him in there.
on the PS3 version, that's the best version because it had Kratos from God of War, and he's actually really fun to play as.
yeah, he is
Oh
great in
shit.
that one. Fuck.
Which
Uh,
that's what I have. But
yeah, that leads me into my number 5, which is it's one of the few games that I'll play pretty much constantly every time I play a game. It's never like I don't ever go like years without playing it, and I usually do with most games because I don't play games that often. But my number 5 is Fire Pro Wrestling
Hmm.
World for the
Hmm.
PS4. Yeah, it's one of the most the fucking downloadable creations are amazing. The move sets are accurate. It's a little bit of a strange learning curve, but I can win matches like buckets in that game. It's pretty. I'm really good. Like I really enjoy it. The Fire Promoter DLC mode is what I mostly play. It lets you set up your own roster. I'd rather
Hmm.
do that. It lets you set up your own shows. You pick the venues and everything. It's way better than any WWE Universe mode. GM mode, maybe we'll get into that at some point. It's a
Hmm.
different story, but yeah, the rosters are literally unlimited. I have Hannibal Burris as my champion right now from the Eric Andre show. My jobbers are like Howard Stern and fucking Homer Simpson and stuff. It's fucking great. It's one of the most bang for your buck games that you will ever buy because it's really
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cheap.
I wish I could play it. I don't have a PlayStation, but I played Fire Pro Returns on PlayStation 2, and I'm sure the new one's even better than that one. All the shit you can do, but the creations they look just like the characters that they're trying to be. And it's amazing what you can do in
They
that
look
game.
better than the fucking 2K ones.
Oh yeah, you can make Mortal Kombat characters on there, and they look exactly like it, Raymond. I mean, just spot
Yeah,
on.
you can literally make anything. They have multiple outfits, multiple
It's
move
almost like you'll
sets.
get lost in it looking at all the creation parts. Like it's
I've heard
Yeah,
insane.
that's a lot of people do that with Soul Calibur 6, but they kind of come out looking ridiculous, not like the actual character.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, but this game also the graphics are real old school. They're not like up to date kind of graphics. You
But
know, they're
that's
like
what gives it that's the reason that there's so much that you can do with it.
yeah,
Because
and I
like
would
with
take that. I
2K
would
where
take
it
that.
looks like a fucking TV broadcast, that's why there's no good looking CAWs on fucking the 2K games. They all look like shit. They're all wrong.
There
The
there's
pronouncers all
good ones,
pronounce their
but
names stupid.
yeah, you can't fucking find them. And the ones that are good, it's like new wrestlers. Like no,
Yeah,
like
dude, I need a good Scott Steiner. I don't fucking want to play.
I had a Bret Hart on there, and I guess he glitches on the new game, and his fucking hair is like 4 feet in the air. I've stopped playing it.
Yeah, fuck. Well, what's your number 4 toilet?
My number 4 is gonna be another old school game. I'm gonna go with Tekken 2.
Oh,
this
shit.
fantastic
game. I just bought this game the other day.
I played this game when it came out as well. It was really amazing at the time. I believe you fight like this like angel of death or something at the end. Like that's the boss. And I remember it just creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah, I
when I was
just
a kid.
I bought this relatively recently because there was one Tekken game I was into that I'll get into
Mhm.
later. But they had this one on the PlayStation Store for the PS3 because they have like the
Mhm.
PS1 classics. And I want to buy the original 3, but for some reason this game store I go to, they never have Tekken 2. So I just bought it digitally. And I've been playing that a lot with my brother, and it's really fun. Like we just been playing the shit out of it, like
Yeah,
almost like
it's
every
super
weekend.
easy. It's super easy to
Yeah,
learn. Like the controls, it's a little different than Mortal Kombat. It's not as different as some fighting games, which I'll get into a little later. But it's easy to pick up, and it looks great. There's great characters. It's just fun,
this
yeah. And instant
yeah,
replay is awesome too.
this is like a better version of like Virtua Fighter, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you
I've
played it,
never
Owen?
I've never played Tekken 2, but there is a Tekken game that I really do love. Um, it's a Tekken game that I really like, and maybe we'll get into that later. Yeah, I trust that it's good, but I'm not very much of a hardcore gamer, and I know this is like one of those real in-depth games. Uh, so I really haven't given it too much of a chance, but there is a Tekken game that I think is fucking marvelous.
Yeah, fair enough. I got this game just recently, like a year ago, for like $5 from like a video game store for PlayStation.
Yeah.
It was a greatest hit too. It really is a good fighting game if you just want like a you know turn it on quick boom 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 Mortal Kombat style thing. But the fighting is
Yeah,
different than Mortal Kombat.
it's like you have a high punch, low punch, high kick, low kick, and
That's
then
pretty
Yeah,
good.
like that's all
and
you need.
I think my favorite character is King.
Oh yeah, I usually play as Law. He was always my favorite.
Yeah, he's badass too. But it's a good game. Classic.
Yeah. What about you, Raymond?
All right, my number 4. I put it lower on the list. This could be like number 1 territory, but a lot of people don't consider it a fighting game. They consider it more of like a party game, and that's Super Smash Brothers. And I'm just
Mm.
kind of going over the series as a whole.
Yeah, but like, if you had to pick a game, what's your favorite?
If I had like the overall best one is the new one on Switch, Ultimate. But if I had to choose one, it would probably be Melee on the GameCube because me and my brother put probably like 1,000 hours into that game playing each other. It's ridiculous. Um, we would play that game so much, and we didn't have a memory card for the GameCube back in the day, so we would have to go through and unlock the characters we would want to play as before we would play the game together. So we just have a lot of good memories playing it. But if you want like the best Super Smash Bros. Experience, get the new one on Switch because it has like I think like without DLC, it's like 73 characters, and it's just crazy the amount of people you can play. Like, you can play as Snake, you can play as Cloud from Final Fantasy, of
Mr.
course, like
Game & Watch.
all the Nintendo characters. And it's not
Oh,
really for everybody. It takes a while to get into because it's so different. It's more of like it plays more like a platformer than it does a fighting game. But once you get into it, it's really fun. Especially, it's the only fighting game I really know that has 4-player simultaneous combat. And if you can get 8 people around on the Switch version and the Wii U version, you can do 8-player battles. And it's just crazy.
Yeah.
The new one I've put about 155 hours in. and my brother playing it together, and then that
Oh,
doesn't even count like the story mode and just playing online.
yeah.
I've always wanted to play that. I never got to play that because I never had much Nintendo shit. But I've seen it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
I bought a Switch for the new game. I wasn't really thinking about buying one, but then when they announced it and then they showed like, oh, we're including all the characters, it was like, oh, I might have to get back into this, and I did, and it's really good.
yeah. I've played the series quite a bit, like just with people, but I don't know. It always struck me as something that lacked like it's too shallow. It's just a button masher. It feels like to me. Maybe that's just like my lack of skill. But it was always like a game that if a girl saw that if you had it, she'd be like, "Ooh, that game." And then you'd end up
Well,
having to fucking let her win and shit. But
well, if
maybe
you're
that's like a
playing it,
personal thing. Maybe that's like a
I
personal
would
thing.
I would say though, like if you're playing it above the age of like 12, you're a nerd. Like I'm not even in front, and I play that, and I'm 18. But it's very simple to get into because every character has the special moves are the same. So it's like left B, right B, up B, down B, and then the same for A. So that's yet the same concept, but the moves themselves are different, if that makes sense. So they're very easy to get into. It's a matter of what moves do I use in what situation I'm in. But yeah, I've always had a lot of fun playing this game. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna top the new one, but yeah. What's your favorite? What's your number 4, Owen?
Uh, my number 4 is a game I've been playing a lot of recently. It's a really unique game. A game that seems kind of like a fantasy. It doesn't even seem real. It's actually Def Jam Fight for New York.
I knew you were gonna put that one on there.
Now this
Yeah,
game is fucking crazy. First off, the Drip Tank is a big hip hop advocate podcast. But this game is fucking crazy. It doesn't even limit itself to hip hop. First, let me go over some of the best like rappers that are in there. Ghostface Killah from Wu Tang, Eric Sermon from EPMD, Flava Flav, fucking Busta Rhymes and fucking
Ice
Fat
T.
Joe. Yeah, Ice T, Mac 10, Memphis Bleak, Joe Budden, Method Man, Redman, Scarface, Slick Rick, Snoop Dogg. You could be fucking Scarface in a game. Fucking mind playing tricks on me, Scarface, and he plays awesome.
yeah,
Henry
And not to mention,
Rollins.
dude, the creation. You have to create a character for the story.
Yeah, yeah, the creation. It's really immersive for a fucking game of its time. And the engine is built off of one of the greatest wrestling game engines of all time, and I think Toilet can attest to that with me. The old Aki engine. It was supposed to be a
Oh yeah.
WCW game that was going to really bring WCW's games back because they started off real good with World Tour and Revenge, WCW versus NWO Revenge, but then they just shat the bed like fucking trash. Wouldn't you agree, Toilet? Pretty much every WCW game after
Yeah, I
Revenge
mean,
was awful.
after Revenge is terrible. I mean, yeah, I couldn't get into the ones after that. Backstage Assault was fucking trash.
Probably
Mayhem
one of the
was
worst
trash.
games ever. Yeah.
Yeah, they were awful. But this was a really cool game. We wore this the fuck out. I remember renting this from fucking Blockbuster and shit, playing the fuck out of this game. And I would create rappers that weren't on there that were popular at the time, or some old school ones, and make them fight. It was just a fun fucking game. Great story.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember I never owned this game personally because I had a GameCube. I don't remember if it was on GameCube or not. But my friend, he had a PS2, and I would go to his house, and he had this game. And this is when I was like a little kid, so I wasn't big into rap or anything, so I didn't really recognize any of the people. But the
Hmm.
gameplay itself was just, I loved it. Me and him would play it all the time, and we couldn't
It's
get enough of it.
it's very easy to pick up and play, but if you want to go deep with it, you can go deep. Like the
Yeah,
characters are all different. the fucking finishing moves are ridiculous. Like
Yeah, they're
Redman
crazy.
throws you up in the air and makes you kick yourself in your own ass, or makes you eat your own. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. And I was really into. I mean, I still like a lot of rap too, but when I had that game, that's all I listened to, and it was like the best fucking game I ever had, besides like wrestling games and shit. But
Well,
graphics too, man. They're great still. I think
yeah.
they're great.
And I'm not, and I'm, if you're not a hip hop fan, you should still play this game.
Yeah, it's still
It's
fun. But
got
if you
other
like it,
people.
it's even better.
You got fucking Henry Rollins, Danny Trejo, Carmen Electra.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fucking great game. Warren G. God, I could go on forever with the fucking
We can make Big Pun on there.
yeah, you can. But Fat Joe basically looks like Big Pun when
Yeah, you can just
he's a
have a heart
hard boss
attack
on
before
there
the
too.
fucking fight starts and just fucking oh shit.
He's a big fucking whale. Piece of garbage. Fuck Big
Dude,
Pun.
if Big Pun was on there and you punch him, like fucking like McDonald's meals would fly out of like fries and burgers and nuggets and shit.
If you two could put one rapper in a fighting game like this that's not in there already, who would you put?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's hard.
Probably have to put Future in there.
Future would be awesome. He's moving all slow and shit.
Yeah, like he could like pour like lean on the ground and they would like slip in it and shit. Um,
I was thinking,
I don't know who else. Probably
Doctor.
Gangsta Nip, and I'd have him be an insane motherfucker.
Oh yeah, dude, Gangsta Nip.
I'd have him rip people's flesh off and their fucking skin off and their arms and just do all the things he says in his raps and shit, like his fatality.
Yeah, hell yeah. What about you, Raymond?
I would put fucking I forgot his name. He was the cannibal guy, Brother Lynch Hung.
Oh,
Yeah,
Big Lurch. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about the dude that really ate the girl.
Oh, but like I was thinking that like his special moves and stuff could be like Melina from Mortal Kombat, where you just hits him
Yeah.
like straight raw.
As a fan of hip hop, I would say Dr. Dre, because like he could do like cool stuff with the fucking cars, or he could like burn you with a joint or something. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who I think would have the best like video game translation would be MF Doom, who we actually did our first podcast on. But he could like hit you with beer bottles. He'd have the mask and shit. That would be so sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can all attest that this is a great game, and that leads us into our number 3, I believe, right? Toilet, you said your number 4.
Yeah. Number 3.
All right, number 3,
All right.
Toilet.
My number 3 is going to be one of those games that divides people, and that's going to be Killer Instinct, the original.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys played this, but you know that this game is extremely fucking difficult right out the bat.
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated to this fucking game. The controls are completely different than any other fighting game. It's very immersive, and you have to fucking practice. With that being said, I still, to this day, I get my ass beat on that game, but I love the fuck out of that game. I love the characters. It's a dark game. It's just fucking, the mood is there. Everything about it's awesome. It's just the controls are fucking hard.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say they're bad. It's just hard to wrap your head around.
It's
they're
very
not
unforgiving. Bad. It's unforgiving.
Like I can only beat some people as Cinder. That's all I can be, the fire guy. Because like there's just something natural about like you fight with different people and you will just, some of them will flow better than the other ones. It's weird. It's not like any other fighting game I've played.
And what I thought was interesting too is this game was published by Nintendo, and they put like the arcade machines out too, and the arcade is gory. Like they did not care, which is crazy because they were all against the gore on Mortal Kombat and stuff like that with the home ports, but I guess they just didn't care about a Killer Instinct.
I guess they. Yeah, I mean, even though like Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat, doesn't Killer Instinct have like that dark vibe to it as well?
Yeah, exactly. It's
really sinister.
Yeah, it's very stylish too. It's not. Some games do the dark shit, but it just looks stupid, like Gears of War and stuff. But this game
Yeah.
is very stylistically dark. It's very wonderful. It's a
Have you
fucking
played?
It
great
works.
game.
Have you played Primal Rage? I'm pretty sure that was like Sega's answer to Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't know.
you
I
could be a
never
fucking
took time.
velociraptor and a wolf on this fucking game, but it works.
Yeah.
It's not fucking hokey or like, oh, what is this dumb shit? Actually works.
Yeah.
And
It's just
it doesn't resemble anything of Mortal Kombat in any way, character wise, style, how it looks. It doesn't make you think of Mortal Kombat. It really is its own fucking world, its own thing, and totally original.
Yeah, it's definitely the most original fighting game I've probably ever played. I'd say that and
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers are just like
Oh,
so
yeah.
different
Yeah.
from the rest. And
Yep.
they're both Nintendo games as well. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I had that on my Xbox, the original Killer Instinct, and I mean, I still fucking play it, but god damn, is it hard? You can put it on easy or it doesn't matter. It's still hard.
Have you
You
played
gotta
that
learn that shit.
the remake on Xbox One? I heard that's pretty good as well. I haven't
I've
played
seen
it
it
though.
on there. I haven't played it though. Every time I look at it, I just want to go play the classics.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about Killer Instinct. I love that game. It's just
Great
really
game.
fucking hard.
Yep. All right, Raymond.
All right. So my number 3, it's got to be Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. This
Oh
is
yeah,
the best Street Fighter game, hands down. It's the most in-depth Street Fighter game. It is one that is kind of like difficult to learn because it is different than like Street Fighter 2 and all that. But the characters in this game, it's got the best Street Fighter characters for my money. Like a 12 who just turns himself into like that pendulum and stuff.
What about
And then
Q? All the fucking nerds that never got laid always played as Q.
yeah, dude, Q. I don't know what
Dawson
was the
for
deal.
Dawson for the win, but Dawson for the win.
Oh, I always played as Dudley. That's who I always played as in Street Fighter 3. He was
Great.
always my favorite. And Akuma as well.
He's a coomer. He jacks off too much.
But yeah, I don't have a lot to say about Street Fighter 3. Just go play it. It's got a fantastic hip hop soundtrack. It's really everywhere. You can get this.
Buy if you buy the game, if you have a Switch, buy it as a part of the 40th or 30th anniversary collection.
Yeah, you get 12 games with that.
If that game counted, it would be on the list, but since it's a compilation, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it includes Street Fighter 1, the original, all the way till Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And you can get that on the PS4, Xbox One, PC. And then on last gen, you can get the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, which is basically just an HD port of that game. It's really everywhere. And I never hear anyone talk about Street Fighter 3 unless they're talking about like competitive Street Fighter. Like everyone always just talks about Street Fighter 2, but this is a far superior game.
Yeah, this game makes Street Fighter 2 look like a fucking piece of garbage, and that game ain't no joke.
Yeah, like I kind of quit playing Street Fighter 2 because I bought that Street Fighter collection on Switch for Street Fighter 2, and I had played Street Fighter 3 before. I really liked it, but like I went and played Street Fighter 2, and I'm like, this is just not as good as Street Fighter 3 at all.
Yeah, fucking great game.
It's probably my favorite Capcom fighting game. It's hard to choose between that and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. But Street Fighter 3, man, I gotta say, it's just my favorite Capcom fighting game. Yeah, I would say if you play any Capcom fighting game at all, it's gotta be Street Fighter 3 if you haven't played one before.
Yeah.
But yeah, Owen, what's your number 3?
Ooh, my number 3 actually is another wrestling game, which I tried to limit it to one wrestling game. But if we count, technically, this is the third one if you count Def Jam. So, but this is gonna be the only professional wrestling game on the list. It's my personal favorite, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 for the Xbox 360. Now this game has GM mode, which is the only thing that is a step above fucking the
Universe.
fire promoter from Fire Pro Wrestling. This is so in depth. You start off with a set amount of money. You really got to get your story. It really feels like you're a writer in the. You feel like Vince. It's fucking great. You get to pick your roster. There's a draft. The roster in the game is fucking exquisite. The only thing that's wrong with it is the Legends roster is a little bit lacking. I would like to see more Legends, but that's pretty much my only complaint with every good wrestling game is not enough Legends. You can never have enough Legends, is what I say. But the mechanics in this game are addictive. The heel versus face mechanics, where heels lose momentum for doing clean moves and faces lose momentum for doing heel moves, is great. The whole thing is just a great game. I think that I know Toilet can attest to it because he's a fellow wrestling fan.
Oh yeah,
It's universally loved.
that's a really good one. It's the first one on the next gen system for Xbox 360 and PS3 or whatever. So
Yep.
the graphics were just like whoa, and yeah,
They
this was
still
the
look good to
second
this
year.
day.
Yeah, they still look good to this day. This was the second time the GM mode was in there, so they expanded on it a little bit. I believe there has to have a face and a heel working in a rivalry, and there might be storylines you can assign to them as well. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, like he said, I mean, the roster was really good. That wrestling was still pretty good at that time. The Legends was okay. I can't remember all the Legends that were on there. I haven't played 07 in a long time.
The deepest ones were like fucking. They had all the Foleys, and Mr. Perfect was a standout.
Oh
I think
shit! Yeah,
08 had better Legends, to be honest, because it had the ECW Legends, which is the
yeah.
only
Oh
thing
yeah.
it has over 7.
The gameplay also changed a lot from the previous one, but I'll get into that later.
Yeah. So that brings us to the number 2s, right?
Yep.
Raymond, let's have you kick this one off.
Oh, here it wasn't Toilet before me, or
It
want me to go
was,
first?
Yeah,
but
we're
let's
switching
just
it up.
switch it around. Yeah.
All right. My number 2, Tekken 3. Now, this was a hard choice between um 2 and 3. The first one on PS1, in my mind, it was a little clunky. Tekken 2 was definitely a lot better than the first one, but Tekken 3 for me is my favorite. Um, just I think the graphics compared to Tekken 2 for Tekken 3 were a lot better. I forgot what it was called, but it was like a beat 'em up mode in the game that I really loved, and I think it worked really well. And then the fighting himself is just Tekken. You can't really go wrong with it. It's just a fun game that, like, if you have a friend over or something, you can just pop in Tekken 3. They've never played any Tekken game, they'll get into it because it's so easy to just wrap your head around. You don't have to memorize complex combos like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or anything. It's just a fun game that really anyone can play. And this is a Tekken game I personally played the most. And really, for Tekken, in my eyes, it's just kind of preference because the core combat is usually just the same throughout the game. So for me, it's Tekken 3. I think Tekken 7, the new one, is really good as well. Which, if anyone hasn't played Tekken, I would say that's like the one that you should play to get into on next gen system or current gen systems. It's only like around $20, but Tekken 3, it's really cheap if you have a PS1 or 2 or 3. You can just buy that disc version. You can get it for like $5 now.
Yeah.
And it's just great. It's a great way to spend $5, and you can have endless hours of entertainment from it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that one's great too.
Good
Really
game. Yeah. Not my favorite Tekken game though. I was gonna put a Tekken game on the list. Tekken Tag 2 would be my preference for Tekken, but that is a good one. I've never played Tekken 2, but 3 is good, and yeah.
Yeah, Tekken 3, I always just have so much fun playing that. I've never had a bad time on Tekken.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
Toilet, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is gonna It's gonna be against what you were saying about Mortal Kombat. How you're saying that the best Mortal Kombat is the 2D, right?
Yeah.
That's like and I agree with that. I totally do. I think the first three Mortal Kombats are just amazing. But I wanted to pick something that impacted me more when I was younger that I had, and I'm going to go with Mortal Kombat 4.
Oh yes.
Now,
Fantastic
this is
game.
the very first, yeah, this is the very first one with the 3D and stuff like that, and that's not why I chose it. I just love the fucking lineup of fighters on there. Number one, I thought it looked really great. I love how when you beat the game with different characters, you get a different like cinematic cutscene. It's like
Yes.
a different ending for somebody, and some of them are really fucking crazy. Like, you can go watch them on YouTube; they're insane.
Yeah.
Um, the style was good. It was a pretty easy game, and until you got to Goro, you had to kind of learn a couple combos to beat him and evasive maneuvers. But once you got him, beating Shinnok was no problem.
Yeah.
And I also liked when if you like die and you don't continue, you just fall down a fucking well right into spikes. It was insane. And the fucking fatalities are gruesome too, because you could throw someone into a fan and fucking just a bunch of crazy shit. So that's my pick, and I think it originally or it turned into Mortal Kombat Gold for Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I never played that, but it was the same kind of it was almost the same game with a few differences. I don't know exactly what, but yeah, I love
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat 4.
I think it was just Mortal Kombat 4 with better graphics. But
Yeah,
a game I just thought about that I do kind of want to shout out for Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PS1
yes,
and
yeah.
stuff. That is a fantastic game. I don't think I think
That's like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but they like fixed it up or something, right?
yeah, and it's more arcade perfect than like the Super
Yeah,
Nintendo version. And
yeah,
that
yeah.
is just an insanely fun game.
That's like the 2D version of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. There's so many characters on there, everyone you could want,
Yeah.
and that's big with me. Like, you got to have a lot of characters because they're all so interesting, and to switch it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I remember seeing Quan Chi on like the fucking arcades and shit when I was little, and I was like, who the fuck is that? I was like scared of him, and I love Quan
Yeah.
Chi and Shinnok. Like, those are two of the greatest villains Mortal Kombat
Definitely.
ever.
Quan Chi for the win, dude. Quan Chi
Yeah,
is
Quan
good.
Chi has my favorite fatality where he rips off the guy's leg and then just starts beating him with it
Yes,
until his head
yes,
explodes.
yeah.
Totally.
And they were actually in a game before this. It was a 2D like story scroller. It was called Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Mythologies. People
Yeah.
Oh
can that
yeah.
game, but I love that game. Beat the shit out of that game right now. I play it all the time. One of my favorites. They were on there too, but they're really awesome in 4, like the first like actual Mortal Kombat game, fighting game. So it's a classic, man. Great fucking game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, Owen.
Uh, my number 2 actually is it's gonna be kind of a weird take because I'm not a big anime person at all, but it's a
Oh
game
God.
called Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2.
I haven't played any of that fucking nerd shit.
Yeah, dude, there's a weird story behind this. I didn't know anything about it, and I got it as a present when I was in 6th grade for Christmas from like one of my grandparents. And me and my fucking brothers would. This game had like 150 characters or something. It had
Jesus.
so many characters. It was big. The maps were huge, and the gameplay was kind of addictive. And since I didn't really care about the show or anything, I thought it was just like a cool looking game. But like, I can't do the anime style of TV. I can't look at it. It hurts my head. But these games look kind of psychedelic. It was kind of like a mushroom trip type thing. But
I'll have to
there
check
was,
it out. Sounds
yeah,
interesting.
it's pretty cool. The moves are nice too. You can fly and stuff. It's a real pretty good game. Yeah,
Is it one of those like 3D Dragon Ball Z fighting games where you fly around the
yeah,
map and all that? Yeah,
yeah.
those games are really fun. And those games are really hard to describe the combat because it's so different from any other fighting game, but they're
The
really
maps
fun.
are huge. It takes you like 4 minutes to get from one end of the map to the other. Sometimes.
Do you have to actually like physically move to the next fighter yourself? Like, do you
No,
have to
you
actually
start off
do you
close to each
fly
other.
to the next fighter, or does it just like make you appear there?
You start off close to each other, but if you knock some guy across the map, you'll have to flag
Oh,
him.
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
It's interesting. I don't care about the show, but this has a lot of nostalgia attached to it too because of how I saw it at
Right.
the time.
Oh yeah.
I would say another really good Dragon Ball Z fighting game is Dragon Ball Fighters. This is like a game I would show like a little kid because the combos are really easy to do. They have these called auto combos, which is kind of cheap. Where if like you press the button a certain amount of times, it does a combo. But that's something I would kind of show like a little kid, so like he could get into fighting games. It's very easy to wrap your head around. And I know Owen doesn't like the anime style graphics, but the Dragon Ball Fighter Z, it looks exactly like the show when you're fighting, and it's crazy because they're 3D models, but it's a 2D game, and it's just like they're like kind of like cel shaded in the way it's angled. It looks exactly like the show, and it looks fantastic.
Damn.
That's interesting.
But yeah.
So before Toilet, you said you're number 2, right?
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask before we do our number ones if we're gonna do any honorable mentions.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Yeah.
get into. Honorable mentions. We're gonna start with you this time, Toilet.
Honorable mention. All right, I got one. It's kind of newer. It's not brand new, but it's newer. It actually might have came out this year. I can't remember. It's a fighter game. It's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it's like the graphics are kind of like more old school, but it's actually like a Mortal Kombat style fighting game. My kid plays it. It actually looks pretty cool.
That's interesting.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
If you're into the old school Power Rangers, that's what I grew up with. So it was kind of cool seeing that on there. And I guess my other one would be WWF No Mercy,
Oh yeah.
because that's just like the greatest wrestling games. I didn't want to pick that as number one because I didn't grow up with that. That's something I got into later, but obviously
Yeah.
got to pick that one. But those are my honorable mentions.
Yeah. What about you, Raven?
I would say the Guilty Gear games. They're made by the same people who made the Dragon Ball FighterZ series, where it's a great 2D fighter. It's relatively easy to wrap your head around, but they do get more complicated as well. And I had one in mind, but I forgot about it. It was Guilty Gear and
Yeah.
shit, I don't remember. Owen, you can go to your honorable mentions.
Yeah, I got a lot of pretty interesting ones actually. Billy and Mandy, the video game, which seems like such a shovelware piece of shit title, but I had it as a kid, so I knew different. This is like a 3D Smash Bros with all the characters from like the old cartoon, and this is like an old school cartoon, like from the 2000s. It's pretty forgotten now, but I always thought it was the best cartoon when I was a kid, so I really liked it. It's like about Grim Reaper with 2 kids, and there's a big fat guy dressed up like a member of Kiss as the dad. It's fucking a great. It's based off of horror and shit too. It's kind of like a cartoony horror fighting game. A lot of great fucking weapons and maps, destructive environments, everything. It's a real cool game. And also Wu-Tang Shaolin style. Got to give a shout out to that game. I
That is
love the
actually, I think that game is actually really good. A lot of people just know about it because it's a Wu-Tang Clan fighting game, and they just kind of look at it like it's ridiculous, but it actually is really good. It uses the same engine Thrill Kill did, which was a canceled fighting game. It was canceled for being too violent, but that game I think is really good.
Yeah, it's fucking all the members of Wu-Tang have really cool like kung fu recreations of themselves. It's got a full storyline. Really, the members of the group were hands-on Probably just RZA, because all the other ones were out like half. Fucking yeah, that's a cool game. And then lastly, Celebrity Deathmatch, which is a game
Oh
that gets
yeah,
shit
fuck, I
on
forgot about that.
so much. We had this for the Xbox. It was so fun. It was like the show, obviously, but you could be like Dennis Rodman, Ron Jeremy, Marilyn Manson. That game is it's brainless. It's not deep, but the graphics look just like the show. The gameplay is
The
fun
show
as
was
fuck.
amazing.
Yeah, the show is amazing.
Oh, I do have one more. I have one more mention. I just remembered one.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, also Street Fighter 3, which Raymond pretty much summed up. Yeah, what's up, Toilet?
I don't remember exactly the title because I only played it a few times. My brother plays it a lot, but it's a Jurassic Park fighting game with the dinosaurs fighting. I think it's called Warpath, and it's pretty cool.
That
It's
is
just like
cool.
it's like a Mortal Kombat game, but it's the fucking all the dinosaurs, a T Rex versus a fucking Spino or Velociraptor or something. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
That brings me to one that I forgot for mentions Godzilla. Any of the Godzilla games for the PS2
Yeah,
and Xbox
yes,
era.
that Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee and stuff like
Those
that's
that.
it.
games
Yep,
are
a friend of mine loved that game. Shout out to him, John. He played the fuck out of that game.
it's fucking crazy. Like I don't know. I'm not even I once again I'm not a big fan of Japanese shit. But
Right.
Godzilla, I don't know. Sometimes like the Godzilla movies are different because you can watch them in English and they're just
Mm-hmm.
like badass fucking cool movies with big monsters and shit. Like
Yeah.
and the games are even better because you can have your own fights. All the monsters are real different. Fucking Godzilla's son is in one of the games. That's really funny.
Um,
Fucking
I just
great
remembered.
game.
I remembered my honorable mention. It was Samurai Showdown 5 Special for the Neo Geo. Now, this game came out for the Neo Geo in 2003, and it is a sprite-based fighter. And what's really cool about it is you have a stamina meter, and you don't have a life bar. It's if you get one like fatal hit on the other person, then they die. The game is more so about like deflecting the other enemy's hits. And if you watch this people who play this game competitively, it's really intense because it's only one hit and you're dead. So you have these people just constantly deflecting back and forth until someone eventually gets the last hit, but you got to concentrate on your stamina as well. And it's just a really good
Wow.
fighting game. And it was one of like the first like fighting games that it was a weapon based fighter instead of most 2D fighters were just hand to hand combat, but this was a weapons based one. So it was really good. And one thing, they're coming out with a Samurai Showdown collection for like PS4 and Switch, but they're releasing a new version of Samurai Showdown 5, Samurai Showdown 5 Perfect, which is basically Samurai Showdown 5 Special, but with a bunch of new content. And they were working on this, but then for the Neo Geo, but then it got canceled because the Neo Geo got discontinued. But apparently they're going back and just continuing production on it, and it looks like it's going to be really good. I would say when that comes out, that might replace Super Smash Brothers on the fighting game list because a lot of people don't consider that a fighter, but um, yeah, I think those games are really fantastic. So if you haven't checked them out, you should.
Yeah,
Great
that
pick.
sounds fucking cool, dude. I
Sounds
definitely
crazy.
have to.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
There's a
Uh,
new game that came out that's like a reboot, but it's just called Samurai Showdown. That might be on the Xbox, and I've heard that one's pretty good as well.
Pretty
Oh shit!
cool.
All right.
So that brings us to our number one, and after the number one, we have two more segments to bring us to a close. So who wants to kick off number one?
Um, I'll do that.
Okay.
My number one, it was a hard pick, and this is a game I've gotten more into recently. I did play a little bit back in the day. I've been playing a lot more now. I got it for like $5, and that's Soul Calibur 2. This game is just fantastic. I don't think this game has a flaw in it. Um, there's the fighting, it's very simple. It's a lot kind of like Tekken, but with weapons like swords and nunchucks and stuff like that, where you just have like a high move, a low move, a move, low move sort of deal. And it's just really fun. It's really easy to get into. The story mode is really good. It's kind of almost like an RPG where you go from like city to city, fighting people and collecting money to upgrade your character. It's really, really cool. And each version of the game had a different character. Like the PS2 version had Heihachi from Tekken. The GameCube version had Link from Zelda, which I think is the best version of the game, the GameCube. And then the 360 or the Xbox version had Spawn. And then if you get the HD version on the PS3 and 360, it comes with Spawn and Heihachi from Tekken, but no Link because obviously Nintendo owns them. But just it's a fantastic fighting game. It's just really, really fun, and the graphics are beautiful for a PS2 game, and it's so fluid. It's 60 frames a second. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah, what kind of characters on there? Because I grew up with PS2, but I've never fucking played this game. I've heard of it. I don't know why I never got this game.
Yeah, I
There,
almost bought one when I was like 5. It was like one that said it had Star Wars in it, but I never
yes,
ended up buying it.
that's Soul Calibur 4. The PS3 version had Darth Vader, and the 360 version had Yoda.
Yeah, I almost bought that, but never got around to ever having it.
The characters, they're kind of like like medieval Europe era. Like they use like swords to fight, and then you also have like samurai characters, and you have people who use nunchucks, spears, swords. It's really fun, and if you can
So it's
find
like
it,
original characters that they made for this game.
yeah. Except like if you get the
Okay.
PS2 version, you get Heihachi, and if you get the Xbox version, you get Spawn and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a fantastic game. One of my favorite games of all time. A game I could play forever,
I'm
honestly.
gonna have to get a copy and try it, dude.
Yeah,
Same.
I would say the best version is the GameCube version, but really can't go wrong with any of them. Because they're all the same game anyway. But that's just my
Right.
preferred version because it has Link from Zelda.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What about you, Toilet?
Number one, you
Yeah.
know where I'm going with this. I'm a big wrestling fan. That's like probably 80% of games I play. I got to go
Me
with
too.
WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2006, the one
Ooh.
where the one you put. Reason
Yeah.
for that is, it's 2020 right now, and I just probably spent like 5 hours playing that game, and that game came out in 2005. Reason being is the roster is really good, but if you actually can mod your memory card, which I did with Free McBoot, you can download game saves from this website, and people create wrestlers on that game. And this was like the first WWE game where you could actually make decent looking wrestlers cause, and it would add to your game. You can create up to 30 of them. So I went and downloaded all the old WWF people from Attitude Era, put that on my memory card, and I just been playing the fuck out of it on GM mode. And you talked about GM mode, how immersive that is. You're pretty much the booker. You pay wrestlers, make them happy. They get injured, put them in storylines, compete against the other show. The controls for '06 are better than '07, in my opinion, because it was more like arcade style. It wasn't too like simulation from real life, but it still had some simulation, just enough to balance it out. So I feel like this game's the perfect balance of the old school arcade and the new style. And I
Yeah.
think 2K, because the fucking when they put 2K20 out, the worst wrestling game ever made, they're actually like modeling the next game after this one. And this is a game that came out in 2005, so that says a lot. And like I said, just if you can mod your shit and get a memory card or whatever and download stuff, it really enhances the game even further. And that's what I do. And I might even fucking record it because I have a capture card. I might even make a wrestling show. I don't know. I have to think about that, but I used to. And this is just a game I spent years playing, and I still play it now. I'm never gonna stop playing this game. It's the best game ever made for me. And yeah, the controls are insane, amazing. If you don't like wrestling, you're just not into it, you can create real life characters of anyone you want. Mortal Kombat, fucking, you make Donald Trump wrestle somebody, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Get into it.
that used to be a real popular YouTube thing. They'd put like Kurt Cobain versus Lil Wayne, and then have Kurt
And
Cobain
yeah,
just whoop his
and that's
ass.
what I did. That's what I did in my wrestling show when I was 15. I used like celebrities and people that were in pop culture, recorded the fucking commentary with my own voice and put it up there, and it made the game even funner. But yeah, it's a game anyone can. So that's my pick. What's yours,
Yeah.
Owen?
Yeah.
Better lay
All
on.
right.
It better be a good one. I'm gonna knock you the
So
fuck out.
this is a good one, and yeah, it reminded me of another honorable mention I missed, which I'll bring up during the spiel, which is Mortal Kombat XL, my favorite fighting game of all time.
XL.
Mortal Kombat 10 with all the DLC at
I have that.
XL. Now, I played Mortal Kombat 10. It would have been there if XL didn't exist, but this has the greatest guest appearance characters of all time. Fucking Alien, Predator, fucking Leatherface, Jason. And they
Yeah.
all have 3 different types of characters for every character.
Yeah,
So it
different
fleshes
attires
it
and
out
shit.
so far. The original characters are great. Fucking Aaron Black is someone that I really liked. This game is fucking. The maps are great. The fatalities are nice and easy to do. The moves feel satisfying. It's 2D. It's fast, but it's not Killer Instinct fast or Street Fighter fast. This is a game that everyone can love. It's gory as fuck. It's fucking. You love metal, you like this. You like fucking gangster rap, you'll like this. You like cool shit, you'll like this. Trust me, everyone loves this game. Uh, I almost put Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe in its place, which that game is great too. Less on the gore, higher on the cartoony aspects. But yeah, fucking Mortal Kombat XL, one of the best games ever made. The sequel is a piece of shit compared to it. That's still a great game.
Yeah, I've got to say, if you're gonna invest in any Mortal Kombat game, wait until that deluxe version comes out. Like Mortal Kombat 9, I have the complete edition, which has all the DLC. Unfortunately got Mortal Kombat 10, the standard edition, so I'm probably eventually gonna sell that and then get XL. And I'm waiting for the Mortal Kombat 11 deluxe edition because that's got like RoboCop and Terminator.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I bought XL for like $20, and then my kid bought 11. He just fucking bought it on Marketplace.
He
It was only
didn't
$30.
ask you or anything.
No, he just did it. And I was like, motherfucker.
Fucked
But
up.
so we're playing that, and like now we're seeing all the DLCs. Fucking Shao Kahn, Nightwolf, fucking Shang Tsung from the movie, RoboCop spawn. I'm like, dude,
I
I'm not
thought they
buying these. They
had the
want like fucking
Joker as one, didn't
Joker
they?
Yeah,
too.
they
They
do.
want like $6 for a character. It's like, you fucked right off.
It was like
Yeah.
$1.99 back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's stupid. That's
this
why.
DLC is expensive.
Mortal
You just
Kombat
gotta
9
wait it
had
out.
good DLC too.
Yeah,
It had Ray.
Raymond hit it on the head. You gotta
Yeah.
wait it out for that complete. I'm just gonna eat another 30 and buy the complete edition when it comes out, or however much it's gonna be.
And
Yeah.
You have to.
You know, it can be kind of a pain because I do like seeing all these DLC characters come out, and when they do come out, I really do want to play as them. Like RoboCop's about to come out for Mortal Kombat 11 at the time we're
It looks
recording.
really cool too.
He looks awesome, but like I'm just gonna have to wait until that complete edition comes out because I don't
Yeah,
want
well,
to
or
be
we have to
paying.
wait for that stimulus round two, and then we might talk.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just
Tell me
I
about
don't
it.
want to.
Stimulus for the fucking win.
And I also don't like waiting in between DLC characters. I'm like, just give me all the fucking characters now. Let me just, instead of selling them separately, let me unlock them or something.
Yeah,
Just put them all in
and
the
like
game.
the crypt on 11 is fucking awesome too.
Yeah, I've seen the
Have you
crypt.
been
It
there?
looks cool.
It's really
Yeah,
cool. It's even
I've
better
only
than the
played
10.
The
I've only
Crypt in
played
10
Mortal
is a
Kombat
great
11.
one too.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
crypt in
have you
all the
played
games are
11
really
yet?
good.
No, yeah, I played 11. I had it.
I don't know. I think 11 looks better than 10. I think 10 is better, like character wise. I don't know, man, because Brock is
The
on this
blood looks
motherfucker too.
better. I think the
Well,
I
gold
don't know.
looks
I
better.
think I like 11 more, and I think I'd like 11 even more if I had all the fucking characters and shit too.
Yeah.
well, I like the aspect of 11 where it's like it's got the 90s characters, but it's also got them like modern day. Because I definitely, and I'm pretty sure everyone's on my side when I say like I prefer the 90s style of characters over the newer
Always.
interpretations.
I don't know, dude. The ones in Mortal Kombat 9 look really cool. They weren't like the ninjas looked cool, like Scorpion and Sub-Zero looked great in 9. 11
Yeah.
11 they look too like militaristic or something.
I don't know
I
because I
always
had
use the classic skins, man. Always.
Yeah,
me too.
Me too.
Like on 9, I have the complete edition, and it has all those classic skins on there. I always use those over the redesigns, and I think the redesigns are cool. I think Scorpion and Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 9 look awesome, but it's just something about that original like ninja design.
Well, can't you? Because I haven't played much 11. I played some. My kid mostly plays it, but can't you pretty much like edit what any character wears the way you want it, like fully customizable?
I think so. I think it's different costumes you can choose, but I think there's so many costumes in that game that you can
Yeah,
unlock through
because
like the loot boxes and stuff.
yeah, okay.
Like
Because I was like, you can
it
probably
gives,
make them if you unlock
yeah.
the shit.
That's cool.
With what I think they do is like they give you the classic skin, like that 90s design, and then they give you the new skin, and then all the other skins you have to unlock through like loot boxes and stuff, I think. Because I know there are fucking loot boxes in that game, which sucks, but I mean,
I didn't like the main villain on 11. I will say it was like a chick. What's her name? It's like a robot or alien or some shit that you have to
What,
fight
the
in the end of the
fucking
story.
bitch with the big tits and the fucking 4 arms?
I think so. I know that's Shiva.
yeah, but Shiva's getting added as DLC as well in Mortal Kombat 11.
The chick on the end of the fucking story mode on 11. It's like this. It's like some spacey fucking robotish alien thing. I don't know. It's kind of a shitty fucking main boss.
Yeah.
We had
But
shit
yeah.
off last game.
Yeah, that's the fucking list. Good list, I think, from everyone. Pretty good diversity. And we're on to our last 2 segments. So the second to last segment is if you could make one fighting game with a license, if you could license one fighting game to any like series, any band, any music, any sports, anything, what would it be? What do you guys start that out?
Oh man. Oh, that is hard. I would take all like kind of what they're doing in Mortal Kombat. I'd take like all the 80s action movies main stars and put them in a game. Like I would want like Cobra and like John Matrix, Mando, and like just all the characters like that. But I don't want like the big name ones. I want the ones that are more like not underground per se, but like just ones that haven't really been in any games yet. But there are
Yeah,
some that
like fucking Rambo or something.
yeah, and I would want like and I wouldn't limit it to like an actor, like one actor's role, because I would want Rambo in there, but I'd also want Cobra in there.
You
And
could
I would
get
also
Rocky
want
in
like
there too. Rocky would be cool in there. He'd be like little.
which
Yeah.
that is a good honorable mention as well as Rocky on the PS2. I don't know if
That
you've
game
played
is
that.
fucking great. Oh, and Fight Night, the last Fight Night
Uh,
game with Mike Tyson and Butterbean in it. Great
yeah,
fucking games.
but if I had to license that, I would basically license every like Orion Pictures and Warner Brothers property I could get my hands on, and it would just be like I don't know what it would even be called, but it would just be great. Like Cobra would probably play as like a striker character. John Matrix, he'd like have the log and he'd be hitting people with that. But
Pretty cool.
yeah, that'd be my pick.
Yeah. What about you? Or you want me to answer first, Toilet?
I got one.
Okay, yeah.
So
Shoot.
it could be any fighting game, any style, anything, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, I would probably do I do like a political one. I do like Republicans versus Democrats, and like mimic what's going on in real life.
That would
And
be
like
awesome.
and like a legend you unlock would be like George Floyd, and like you make him come back, and you could like
Oh
beat
my
up
God.
cops and racists and shit, and like
That
you
would be
could like
so
have
sick if you could be
you could have
fucking
fucking
George Floyd and fucking kick the shit out of cops.
I'd make the main boss like the embodiment of coronavirus and shit, and you have to like you just will always lose no matter what. But some
Yeah, it'd
characters
basically
don't
be
die.
like,
Some characters just like they just
You can make
lose,
it
and
like
some
the
die.
boss be George Soros or something, since he's behind
Yeah,
all the riots. Uh-oh,
yeah,
demonetized.
and like you'd have to fucking like get stimulus checks to go to the next round, and you'd have to do all the shit. You have to go on down,
Yes.
and
Fucking
you,
yes.
and the graphics would be realistic. You could just beat the shit out of Trump. You could beat the shit out of Biden, and all those. Pelosi, she'd spread her legs, and bats would come out of her vagina and just eat your face. I would just do. That's what I would do. A political fighting game, realistic. George Floyd is the fucking legend you have to unlock, and he's pretty much powerful because all black people are around him, and he makes them rise out of the fucking ground, and they just eviscerate you.
it could be like a
Yeah,
fighting
like
game
fuck the
series.
police plays when they come around and stuff.
Yeah,
It
and the
could be a
racist cop
fight.
is on there.
It could be like a fighting game series where every 4 years a new one comes out with
Yeah,
events that are relative to the year.
yeah, and people have to vote on it mostly, and it happens.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's what I would do.
the
That's
final
fucking
fight.
great.
The final fight, like you don't even like in the ladder, you don't even win it based on winning. Like the people got to vote for you who did the better
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, that would be my game. I don't know what would you call your game, right? What was the title?
My game, I don't know. It'd probably just be like, I don't know,
It
good
could be
game
like
or something.
retro fighters or something, VHS fighters.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The game, like the case, looked like a VHS tape or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
What
would
about
be a
you,
good
Toilet?
title for the political? I'm trying to think.
I don't
Fucking.
know. I would think like election year or something.
Yeah,
It could
the
be
Like
cover
called
has to
like
be
the
it has to be
World Times
the
Fighter.
Republican symbol and the Democrat symbol clashing with blood drip.
it would be
Yeah.
like you know how they got like SmackDown versus Raw 2008. It'd be like
Yeah, it would be
Republicans
like that.
versus Democrats SmackDown
To
2020.
2020. Yeah, that's what I call Republicans versus Democrats 2020.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's all right. What about you, Owen?
Uh, that's really hard. The first thing that popped into my head would be like a YouTube fighters with fucking all like the funny YouTubers we all like to watch. Like you could have the Delray Misfits. Fucking, they're like all in their
Big
different
Lenny.
factions, and they would have like fucking Big Richard and Big Lenny, and fucking Brad would throw weed at you.
You get Filthy Frank in there.
He hits you with
Filthy
leather
Frank
fucking
and all
whips, a
his
leather
boys.
daddy.
Yeah, you could Brad would be the leather daddy.
Get
Andrew would put
iDubbbz, and
firecrackers in your mouth, and Jason would just fart and burp.
you
Just
get
keep that.
iDubbbz, but when he comes into the fight, it's like his girlfriend from fighting for him.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you could have
god.
like fucking what's the shit that's going on right now? Fucking
The
the Jew and the
Keemstar.
fucking Keemstar. You could have
Yeah.
them.
You could have
You got
H3H3, and he's like a fat ball of fucking nothing.
Well, we could all be DLC in this game too, you know, if
the
it's a
main
YouTube
boss has to be
fighters.
King Cobra.
Yeah, King Cobra, and you would have to beat like Homeboy Scotty. He would be
Homeboy
hard to beat. You
Scotty,
keep taking
Darth
pills.
Flinny.
Yeah.
King Cobra's got like a laser eye attack, but they go in two different directions.
He fucking tries to throw dank mac and cheese at you and shit.
He throws Domino's pizza. They paid $40 for one pizza because it's got everything on it.
What does he call those fucking supreme, one of a kind, custom made pizza?
Customized pizza.
Bro, I got a fucking like 32-inch pizza for fucking $15
Oh yeah.
today.
I feed a whole family of four for $20. He's over there spending $82 on a pizza and wings.
He makes you eat a fiery fish pizza as one of the attacks.
Yeah.
That's the nastiest King Cobra
and like
move
his
ever.
weapon is one of those wands he makes, and fucking magic comes out of it.
Yeah.
Gothic King Cobra, and he morphs up.
Yeah.
He's got a move like Boraicho's puke, but it's like he just pours a bunch of dank mac and cheese on the floor.
Well,
Yeah, his fatality conjures up something, the dry spell, and he just fucking unleashes it on you.
there would be a downfall in related company would be in there too. Technically, like you'd have
Yeah.
fucking Brody would like do math with you and stuff, and fucking
Brody's
Toilet
mom
would be
would
in
tell
there.
him
Toilet would be smacking the shit out of you with stimulus checks. And what would you do, Toilet, if you were in the fighting game? You
I
think?
would, I just beat the shit out of him, and I'd have to be bathroom related stuff. I'd probably flush him out of the toilet. Fatality.
if it was like a weapons-based fighting game, you could be like holding a plunger or something.
Plunger, yeah, plunger would be my weapon. Fatality would be toilet related stuff.
Brody, like halfway through the fight, his mom would call him and he'd have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if let's say I beat him up, I'm like, oh, you gotta wash your fucking hands. I'd break their hands and wash them in their own blood. Now you're
Yeah. Zoe would be in it, and he would just like throw vinyls at you and stuff.
Yeah,
He'd throw like
I know I said
chalupas.
that
He'd throw
wrong.
chalupas at fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, dude, and fucking obviously Travis would be in there. He'd be trying to be too nice to you, and
Then you turn into a rat.
Yeah, he'd try to
we'd
bite
be
you like
in it,
a rat.
Raymond, you'd be like the tank. You'd be a tank because you're the tank, and I'm the drip.
I would
And
be
you'd
like the
fucking
Hulk from fucking Marvel vs. Capcom.
yeah. And I would be in there fucking hitting people with bongs and throwing records at people and shit. It would be so sick. There would be like different it would just be that would be really cool. You'd have even Chris Chan and stuff. With fucking
Yeah, fucking
Chris
Dragon
Chan.
Lord Frodo. His
yeah, you
underwear
could
would
have
melt.
Dragon Lord Frodo would have no pants on.
Chris Chan makes you recycle him.
Yeah.
How about Metal Ben? You seen that guy?
Yeah, he wanted to beat the fuck out of Brody.
I know. I watched that. Shit's hilarious.
He said Brody said go easy on him though, because he's fucking that guy's mentally retarded. Obviously, he said don't even mess with.
Oh, that guy came out second.
That guy is the type of people that make all metalheads look stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, and then lastly, I thought like just like King of the Hill fighters, but like if you took all the like adult cartoons like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Family Guy and Simpsons, everything, and just made a gigantic like fucking, it would be called like Fuck Fighters or something. You have the Simpsons, South Park, and they'd all be duking it out all over.
Why hasn't there been a fucking Adult Swim fighting game yet?
I know, dude. I like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You could have Kyle or not Kyle, fucking Carl and shit. That would be so sick.
Another honorable mention would be Mugen. I don't think it really counts because it's like a fan-made fighting game.
Yeah, Mundane taught me about this. I remember that when I was a kid, and Mundane told me about it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It literally has everyone you can think of.
I know it has like Dr. Dre and stuff on there.
Yeah, there's this one where it has like Big Bird and he goes like Super Saiyan or something and he just kills you in one hit. You just press the button and he like starts screaming and shit and he just kills you.
God.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would be so sick. Like I don't know, I just think it would be fun to play as Frylock in like a fighting game.
That would be cool. You just inspired me though for another game I'd make. It's more like cartoonish looking though. Yeah. I call it Fat Fucks West, and it's just a bunch of fat fucks fighting. Fat overweight.
Dude. Jackass, the fucking fighting game too would be sick.
Yeah,
it would have like all the CKY crew.
Yeah, my game would only you have to be fat. You have to fat person character. Phil, Vito, all the fat people from Yokozuna, all the people on 600-pound life.
Big pun. Big Pun would be on there.
Biggie
would be the final boss because he's awesome.
You get like Bill Margera.
If you beat everybody, you get a big old plate of food. I call it fat. West. On
Yeah,
Xbox,
dude, you could have like
PS,
George
PS4.
Clinton from Funkadelic because he's fat. He would be like
Yeah.
playing guitar and being naked and shit. That guy's crazy.
They
Also,
would
there
fight
should
in all the
be
different fast food maps like Taco Bell, McDonald's, Arby's, Pizza Hut, Domino's.
They'd be
you
fighting
could
at Little Caesars and shit. They'd hit each other with crazy bread.
there
Oh
should be a
god, yeah, they could
Nicktoons
use them.
fighting game.
That would be
That'd
sick
be cool.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
actually a
with all
good
the
idea.
classic '90s ones. Like you could be like Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life and all
Or
that.
you could be the Rugrats. You could be Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
could do
could
like
be like
Tommy Pickles versus SpongeBob.
That'd be
That would be
awesome.
cool.
And they gotta include like Drake and Josh in there too.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
guy
Josh,
and Dan Snyder.
have
Yeah,
that
he was just
racist,
trying to lick your feet.
Yeah,
have
he
that
tries to
like
hurt you.
racist skin for Josh. He can be Antoine, that
Oh,
racist thing.
yeah, that's the funniest shit. Can you believe they had that on there?
That is like the most racist thing I've ever seen on Nickelodeon. He's
Yeah,
like, my name is Antoine.
that's crazy. But yeah, that's that section. And then to end it, we always do a pick of the week. I don't mean to put you on the spot, Toilet, but anything, a movie, a book, a fucking album, song. What do you want to plug this week? What have you been jamming to?
I've been jamming a lot of different shit. Listening to a lot of fucking rap lately, and of
Good
course,
shit.
old school shit. Think plug. Move on to somebody else.
All right, Raymond, you got one?
I want to shout out the movie Drive, but more so the soundtrack to that. I've been listening to that a lot. It's like a synthesizer based soundtrack. It reminds me kind of like Hotline Miami, that soundtrack. But I've just been listening to that a lot. Just on replay on Spotify, there's like a playlist with like the score and then the actual soundtrack,
Pretty cool.
and it's just
Yeah,
really
my
good.
wife's in there. She loves that sound.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I remember. All right, here's what I want to shout out. I want to shout out. Listen to a lot. It's an old school song. True Masterpiece. It's called Soldier Till I Die. It's one of the
Oh
best
yeah.
fucking beats. I love it. It's just addicting. And yeah, that's a song of the week, pick of the week. Go listen to that motherfucker. Soldier Till I Die. True.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Masterpiece the Man, Pass Me the Green, one of the best weed songs ever. He said I went to meet my girl and smoke some green with her mom. Fuck. Master P, he gets shat on a lot because he's not fucking Wu-Tang. He's not gonna throw a dictionary at you. And he's not Tupac. He's not gonna just be angry, you know. But Master P
Yeah.
definitely kicks ass. I love Master
Yep.
P.
For sure.
I think my pick of the week would probably be UGK, Pimp C and Bun B. 1996, their album it's called Riding Dirty. It's not Chameleonaire stupid. Try to catch me riding dirty. No, this is good pimp down south shit. Fucking Murder has my favorite verse of all time. Any hip hop song from Bun B, it's so great. It's very southern, which you could see where Future got his aesthetic from. You know, even Future says in Dirty Sprite, he's on that Pimp C. Got much respect for Pimp C. R.I.P. to Chad Butler. They got a lot of love, and Pimp C went to jail after this album for a while, and when he got out, he was doing a lot of interviews. He started exposing the hip hop industry because a lot of the people in there were kind of gay or whatever under the closet. People like Young Jeezy and
Without gay ass Dre.
fuck it. I don't believe Dr. Dre was gay. I really don't.
What about West Side hitting Harry Cock?
Oh, I see. Well, 3-6 Mafia said that too. He said, and now I need a warm cock for a dick and two balls. It's Paul.
You know, you ever heard
Yeah.
Tupac say in one of the songs, he's like, "Life is a Big Mac." What the fuck does that mean?
What about Tupac Crazy with the Outlaws? I
Oh,
look
they
to my ancestors,
they
but
can't
they
even tell
can't
you.
even help.
Yeah. Oh, well, quick, another shout out. Shout out arrested a couple of days ago for fighting outside of a. I think he got out. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, ugly guy got arrested.
Ugly God's fucking cool, man. I loved Ugly
Yeah,
God.
that's another pit. Bumps and Bruises Deluxe. Go listen to that album. Fucking
That
fantastic.
album, that is very underrated. It got overshadowed by like Eternal Take and all that shit. Great album.
Another shout out.
Bumps and Bruises. Great.
Another shout out is new Freddie Gibbs record just came out.
Oh,
Alfredo.
fuck yeah. Yes,
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Alchemist.
Yes, I haven't listened to it yet, but I already know it's Freddie Gibbs. It's gonna be good, and it just looks. Oh, I'm really excited for it. After we're done recording this, I'm gonna go listen to that. Like, ooh.
Oh yeah. Got to shout out Freddie Gibbs one more time with his Toilet. I know you might not have heard this. It's a collaboration with Madlib. His second one. It's called it's Bandana, isn't it? I always get them mixed up. Bandana or Pinata. It's Bandana. Now this album is one of the hardest. It's hard as Scarface, the fucking Diary. That's how good it is. It's not fucking nerdy rap music like most of the shit.
All right, I'll
Freddie
check it out.
Gibbs, fucking Bandana. Great. He's got Pusha T on there, fucking rapping. Love Pusha. Fuck yeah, dude. Bandana.
All right, fuck yeah, I'll listen.
All right, yeah. That's the
That's
pod.
shout out. That's what we got, man. Oh God, man, shout out. Go listen to that
Hell yeah.
song. Listen to fucking Freddie.
Yep.
Go to sleep and see Freddie too.
Yeah, fucking Freddy 3, fucking Nightmare on Elm Street 3. All right, this has been the Drip Tank Podcast. And tune in next week when I try to explain to Raymond that George Floyd was not high when he was murdered. It was not a drug overdose. Raymond, I don't know.
Shout
why
out to
you would say
George
something
Floyd
like
too.
that.
R.I.P.
Shout out
True
George
nigga.
Floyd. Raymond,
R.I.P.
what do you think of George Floyd, bro?
R.I.P. bro. It was terrible.
He couldn't breathe, man. He couldn't
Well,
breathe.
you know, he used to rap back in the day. He was a member of DJ Screw's clique. That's crazy. He was like hanging out.
He should have called himself Floyd the Barber.
Yeah, fucking.
And
that's
he
a
did,
cool Nirvana too.
And he fucking did porn too. People found him in porn.
See, he was just a good guy. He was about music and love and fucking porn. He was not violent. He didn't even commit a crime. The check that they said was bad was not bad. Rest in peace, George Foreman.
Rest in peace. George Foreman. I'm gonna start calling him George Foreman and George Floyd when I fry up my bacon and chicken now.
Yeah, dude, George Floyd, man.
Girl.
We're rioting for
Floyd.
you. I'm trying to stop the riots. Me and all my friends are protecting the store from the riots. Fucking yeah, dude, George Floyd, man. We're gonna get these cops taken care of, man. Fuck the police.
You know what Tupac said?
Yep.
How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace,
Yep.
George Floyd. Those are heaven. R.I.P.
Yeah. All right.